Welcome back to Speak Up Law. And if this is your first time, welcome, welcome. And if you have been here before, thank you so very much for your patience. It's been a minute. And I wanted to truly start this episode in a way that I have learned so much over this last season of my life, and that is slowly. There is no rush. There is no performance. There is no pressure to immediately impress, just presence. Because if I'm honest, the version of me that used to hit record would have just done it out of momentum or discipline or consistency. But this episode, I want it to truly be intentional. I'm in my wellness era, and it's such a beautiful space that I have become to love and be in. And I don't say that lightly. This is not a cute social media caption. This isn't an aesthetic. This isn't a rebrand. This has been survival. This has been healing. This has been recalibration. And today I want to talk about where I've been, what I've been navigating, and how grief has truly changed me. And ambition too, how that has changed me, and what wellness really looks like from a woman who wears multiple hats that also refuses to stop dreaming. And, it's been a minute, so you're going to see a girl looking at her sheet here because notes, and as I've said, I really want to be intentional with everything that I'm saying today. And thank you for the grace in advance. Whew. So where have I been? A lot of places, but truly this past season of my life, it's been one of the most transformative and destabilizing seasons I've ever experienced in my life. I lost my father unexpectedly, and something shifted inside that I will never be able to fully articulate. Those who have lost a parent probably know what I'm explaining. But all I can do is feel it. Grief is super strange. It doesn't knock loudly. It doesn't always arrive dramatically. It just lingers. It's in silence. It's in fatigue. It is everywhere. It shows up when you're staring at your phone and doom scrolling. And it truly does something to your nervous system. It rearranges the whole understanding of time. It rearranges urgency. It rearranges the understanding of what truly matters. And in the middle of that, I have still had to show up as myself, as Lauren, because the world unfortunately does not stop when you're grieving. So I've still been corporate girly. I've still been traveling and doing a ton for work. I've still been leading meetings. I'm still building a very beautiful luxury candle business. I am still growing this platform, Speak Up Law, because there's deadlines and demands that were already pressed on with this brand too. And I'm still building an app that I don't talk about enough, but it is a music and art app that is amazing that I've been working on. I'm still super ambitious, as you can see. But internally, after losing my dad, something shifted completely. I went back into work and just hit it hard. I hit it hard in everything. And then I quickly realized that grief wasn't something that I could just outwork. And that realization humbled me and really slowed me down, honestly. Because if you know me, I can build almost through anything. But this season taught me something important. that being capable does not mean being infinite. And I was operating as I was infinite. There was a moment, it wasn't dramatic, it was pretty subtle. Um, I woke up one morning and should have been a great full night's sleep. And if you see me doing a lot with my hands, especially those who are watching me, sorry, I love to talk with my hands. It's just something I do. So please don't judge me too much. Um, but my moment of awareness, back to that. I woke up one morning after full night's sleep. I should have felt so rested, but I was completely exhausted, like not sleepy, exhausted. My body was heavy. Thoughts have been scattered for months, honestly. Chest feeling tight, not like heart attacky, but just something in there. And it was nothing that happened catastrophic that day. It was just my nervous system was just so overloaded. And I kind of sat and thought to myself, if I keep operating like this for the next 5 years, what will it cost me? And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about the physical, the emotional, the spiritual side of things. Because trust, your girl still wants wealth, okay? I want to scale. I want to have true impact. But I do not want success that requires self-abandonment. And that little moment of awareness and that reframe and understanding that was the beginning of my wellness era. And let me define this clearly. Wellness is not an aesthetic to me. Like for this meaning, when I say that I'm in my wellness era, like, trust me, your girl loves her green smoothies and her luxury spa days. Love, love, love them. Sign me up every week if I could. But wellness to me is truly about nervous system regulation. Wellness is emotional honesty. Wellness is choosing sustainability over adrenaline. And for years, I have thrived on adrenaline. Deadlines, launches, corporate pressure, travel schedules. Okay, I'm a travel girly. And a creative burst at midnight, which is random because I'm usually not a nighttime girl. I like my sleep, but I was getting all these creative bursts. So I'm convincing myself that I can handle this. I should be able to handle this. But another aha. Capability is not the same as capacity. Let me say it again. Capability is not the same as capacity. And being honest, grief drastically reduced my capacity. Not my intelligence, not my drive, not my potential, and not in a bad way, but it reduced my capacity. Instead of fighting that reality, I chose to honor it. And let's be real, I am not someone who has a very quiet or chill life. I manage the growth of supplier development and emerging small businesses over multiple states in the United States. I travel. So much it can't even count. I lead in various ways. I build relationships. I speak. I strategize. I'm building the luxury candle business I mentioned with my mom. I'm building more with this podcast and my consulting ecosystem. I am building the digital art platform. There's vision, there's movement, there's ambition. But ambition without regulation becomes burnout. And burnout doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks as irritability, it looks like emotional numbness, it looks like that one word, procrastination. And sometimes it looks like tears you don't expect. And I had to be honest with myself. I do a lot. And I love that about me. I truly do love it. But I can't do it recklessly anymore. So, shifting. Because you gotta shift. Here's what changed. I stopped asking myself, how much can I get done? And I started asking, what pace allows me to last? That question changed my life. It changes my life literally every day because I love to create a good to-do list and try to get 15,000 things done. But what pace is truly helping me last is the true question. Because I don't want a good quarter. I want a sustainable decade. That's what I'm going after. So let's talk about wellness systems, because going from ambition, pushing through, staying up and doing all the things and burning out to a legit crisp multiple times. Multiple times. I had to bring in some wellness systems that really, really have been transformative, that have helped me and are so unapologetic in some ways that I just love them so much. So, number one, always the joy blocks. Okay, non-negotiable. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. A lot of times my joy blocks show up in my car. It is non-negotiable. It's something that's not monetizing. It's like you're just in joy. So I will throw on that ratchet college playlist and baby have a time in my car. Okay. And just having so much fun and so much joy, dancing or doing whatever. But joy blocks have been amazing for me. So not even from like the hyper focus of like dancing, which is really good for you. Sometimes my joy block is literally sitting in silence for 15 minutes. Nothing. Sometimes it's stretching and pulling and just being, and a shameless plug, lighting one of my candles. Okay. And doing a little bit of nothing, watching a Netflix show, whatever you need to find those joy blocks, because it's cool to push sometimes. But if we don't have any joy and we're not experiencing life, no. So these joy blocks, either being dancing, enjoyment, they just restore me to exactly who I need, especially when having 10,000 things on my to-do list. Number 2, emotional check-in before execution. Okay? I do not send or react immediately, especially when I'm not regulated, because I have found that I will say yes to something or I'll pop off at something and I'm so all over the place that no, I need a minute to think and truly process what is happening. So I don't make big decisions anymore overwhelmed. I pause, and that pause has saved me from now overcommitting, overreacting, and overextending. I'm not perfect at this. It's something that I'm continuously working on because I do get very emotionally stimulated at times when there's a grief trigger, and I'll react in 2.5 seconds. I'm still learning grace, but a practice that typically if somebody would just send me something like, hey, can you do this? I'd be like, yep, sure, boom. Not even thinking of what that really looks like and how that could impact me. Where now I try to at least take either a full couple hours. My best case is taking a full night sometimes if it's a really big decision, just to really think through if this is exactly what I want to do. And that has been amazing. Number 3, movement as release. I kind of talked about it in the joy element. But number 3 is more movement. I have not traditionally been a good gym girly, but I cannot believe I'm saying this, but the gym has become one of my best friends. And yes, do I want to tone and all the things, but I've been using the gym as truly a place to release, to let out, because I get so pent up now emotionally that I got to get some of this out. So even one day I wanted to run. I don't like to run. So that's when I knew oh yeah, I'm off. But really a big one has been strength training, pulling and just seeing how my muscles are starting to grow and build strength. And it is helping because of my travel, because I'm having to lift these big old bags when I'm traveling on the road for a week at a time. But movement has been such a good thing for me. And instead of ignoring it, I'm not doing it for aesthetics. Some people, when they say, I'm in my wellness area, it's like, oh, let me show you I'm doing my Pilates and all those things. Great. For me, it's literally to release, to get out so much. Because movement has truly turned into medicine for me when I use it intentionally. Okay, number 4, sleep. Probably half of us listening to this podcast will say that they don't get enough sleep, probably more. But rest has become one of my superpowers. It has become a place that I love so dearly. And rest is not a weakness. It is truly infrastructure. If my sleep is off, you can tell because everything else is off for me. Sleep now is like a KPI in my life. As KPI, if you don't know, key performance indicator. Sleep is a must. Rest is a must. Because I need my rest to manage all the things. Because your girl's not stopping. That's was also something that a lot of people are like, just cut the candle business. Cut this. No, I'm not cutting it because these are things that God placed for me to do. Sorry. But I have to be smarter in how I do them to not burn out. And sleep, critical to the girly that you're seeing showing up every single day. Number 5, last one, but one of my favorite words, boundaries. Boundaries and we have gotten so much better over the years. I promise you, it's literally probably my favorite word. I have stopped responding instantly, which I mentioned. I'm not volunteering for things that drain me. Ooh, that's a big one. Corporate, you got to be strategic about that on the corporate side. Because you got to do some things, unfortunately, that you just don't want to do. But if it's a choice that I don't want to do it, I'm saying no. Because I need boundaries. I have really focused on protecting my deep work time. That be it my businesses, be it when I'm at work. Boundaries. And because I have refocused those, my productivity has increased. And, I'll probably side note. See, here I am adding some more work to me. But I think that is like a really good deep dive thing to talk about one day of how boundaries have helped me be so much more productive. I have boundaries around my rest. I have boundaries around my wellness. I have boundaries around when I just need the hour of quiet, a joy block boundaries. So you see, all these 5 things really all sync together. And these things have been transformative for me, as I say, in my wellness era. Grief has taught me that life is so fragile. It also taught me that I don't want to be so busy anymore that I forget to experience it. It taught me that presence is truly wealth. And it's taught me that slowing down, it's not quitting. And ambition can also coexist with softness. So when I say I'm in my wellness era, I mean I'm building differently. I'm grieving honestly. I'm protecting my energy. I'm redefining success. And if you're listening to this and you are building, you are grieving, you are balancing, holding a lot, you are allowed to slow down without giving up. So I also am going to be creating a simple 2-minute grounding reset that I personally use when I'm feeling overstimulated or overwhelmed. It's going to be on my YouTube channel. I will post it on my socials when it is available. And remember, your girl's not a therapist. Disclaimer, alert. But it's not therapy. It is not medical advice either. This is something that simply has helped me regulate when life gets so loud. And I'm going to put that in the show notes too for you. So I just wanted to pass along because that is a gift. We all got a lot going on in life. And if I can give you something that's been helping me that I hope can help you, that is what it's sick for. So I'm closing this out. Ooh. I can't lie, y'all. It's been so good getting back on this mic. I can't even tell you. Man, so good. And, I'm still ambitious. I still want my $1 million businesses. Let me get that clear. I still want to scale. I still want impact. But I want to arrive at that place regulated, whole, healthy, present. Wellness is not optional anymore. It is the infrastructure. It is my lifeline. So, welcome to my wellness era. Thank you so much for joining me, and check back for the next episode.